having the most game when it comes to talking to women. And I ain't talking about who can just get the most girls in their phone. Nah. Who got the smoothest game out? We gonna have to give it to the fat dudes, bro. They be understanding that they might have to do a little bit more than a regular motherfucker. For example, Drewski.
I'm gonna stop him at Drewski. Drewski got clout. That changes everything. But I do think Drewski has charisma. I think he has ability to connect with people, even through video, that some people have never learned. I do think too, when you're dealt with adversity and you're willing to push through it, you learn skills that someone who didn't have adversity would never ever get. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like if you come out the womb and you have all the attributes that make you attractive, your personality may not, you know what I'm saying? You may not have to have had worked at that, you know what I'm saying? Or you may have a chip on your shoulder. You may be born, you may have all these other things. Versus if you're dealing with less, then you're going to have to do way more things to stand out. And I think that's very true with big boys, you know? If you ever been around those big athletic dudes who have charisma, you know, walk around with their shirts off, and their belly hanging, it doesn't look attractive, but they can suck the air out of the room. Their ability to bring dopamine hits and, you know, bring serotonin to a person. I think there's like 3 chemicals that go off in the brain that create connectivity and closeness. And I'm a firm believer, if you learn how to affect that into a person, I don't even know if that's the right way to say that, but I think those are the silent things that can help you connect with people versus someone who just looks good. You know, we've all dealt with people who, either side, you know, very charismatic, you know, they could be the theater kid, or they could be the athlete, or they could be just someone who's hilarious. And then you could find someone who's super attractive and maybe they have all those attributes. Those are few and far between because it never really had to be worked. But if you have all of those things, you're doing great. But normally it comes the other way. Normally it doesn't come like that. And I'm a believer that adversity is going to make you better. Let's see what I'm talking about. Just ride with me.
The fucking bag Ruby Road. They be having to put +10 boost on all other attributes. Nigga, stay dripped out, keep a clean cut, and it's funny. But that's not even the craziest part. Wait.
This is what I'm talking about right here. Well, we about to go a few clips of just seeing big men do some astonishing things. Let's see. Come on now. 324. What? Okay, and I get it. D tackle. That's an NFL player. So he's an athlete. That's a big boy. So I get it. You might be like, all right, he's a professional athlete. Of course he could do that. But you're doing a backflip. You know what I mean? Back handspring. I don't even know if that's what it was. But he full backflip. Let's see somebody else. Here we go. Bro, look older. You know what I'm saying? Out with his son. Some would say sloppy, but let's see what he working with.
Yeah. Come on, Dad. He gotta get ready, y'all.
Come on now. Come on. What are we talking about? Big boy. With a family. He doing it in his slippers too. Come on now. Yeah. Let's keep going. Video's a little chopped. I don't know where bruh's at. But let's see what big man's talking about. That's not AI. That's not AI. Bruh's look how high he is in the air. That's crazy work. And granted, someone half his size probably do the same thing, but that's the thing, they have to size. Let's continue. I'm going somewhere with this.
Oh, stupid. Not here. Bad boy here now. Yo, baby, stupid dumb.
See, this is what I'm talking about. If you ever been around men like this that have the confidence in themselves that just pours out of them, whether they're big, small, right, whatever, it's kind of the cheat code because it's intrinsically in them, and it doesn't matter what you say or do. They have that confidence. And big men that are like this, that don't fit the standard, they do really well. And the reason why I feel like they do well is because they're forced to. They're forced to find ways. They're forced to push through things. They're forced to be more confident because they have more adversity towards them. But let's continue on. Some of y'all may have seen this. It's an old clip, but I think it's a good one.
Yeah. My favorite food is pizza. And I don't know all the ingredients in that. And I don't know what all that's made of, and I love that. Just like I don't know you. So I'm capable of loving something I don't know everything about. That should work for me like a charm.
Here we go. You gotta learn. You can't just show up looking good. I mean, granted, T Grizzly, he got clout. I'm sure he got finances, and he's known in the city. But you gonna have to come with more than what the next person has. And the better that is, the more attributes and skills you can bring to the table. For a lot, not all, they're gonna go for that. Because what happens after the looks are gone? Are you entertaining? Are you funny? Can you bring a certain type of calm and ease? And something about any man that has those skills, you killing the game. Now, out the gate, you might struggle, but you've had so many skills that you can work around those things. You can hold someone's attention. And granted, you may not get what you want, but you will get plenty.
Listen, you give me the so-called finest brother, and you put us in the same room with a ton of women. Let him work his magic. Let me work mine. I promise you that they will remember me more. Yeah, he might be fit. He might be the so-called fine, what America calls fine. Because in certain countries, baby, big men represent.
First things first. Being a big man is not necessarily the best thing for your health. Obviously, the smaller you are, the less stress you put on your joints, bones, heart, etc. is better for you. But in the meantime, in between time, the confidence that oozes out of him right there, the confidence that comes with certain men, and it doesn't matter your size, this is where it's at. Going back to that first clip of old boy calling her a turkey, it lacks confidence. This man is gonna gracefully bow out if a woman's not interested, and he's gonna keep moving. He has a abundance mindset, and you can tell he is super confident in himself through his eye contact, what he's gonna say, how he dresses. You could tell he takes a lineup. He takes care of himself. Hair is cut. You know what I'm saying? He sees himself as just as worthy as others. Going back to the football player and some of the other big boys, I think if you haven't competed against other men, you don't know really where you stand. Once you've competed amongst other men, no matter how you look, you could be small, you could be big, you could be tall, you could be short, you could be fat, you could be skinny, you could be any of those things. But because you've competed, and I'm talking about, it could be sports, it could be, fighting falls under sports, it could be anything. You get to put yourself in a category as a winner, as someone who can compete, someone that can stand the test of time. And once you understand that, you no longer look at other men as adversarial. You can, but you don't. You see yourself as, oh, I know where I stand. It's mutual respect. I have the same amount of skills, or maybe I don't have those skills, but I have these skills over here because I've worked on these. But if it comes down to competition, I know I can hold my ground, and that oozes out. It comes out in a person's walk, their talk, and all those things. But if you haven't competed, sometimes you might live your whole life not knowing if you're good enough, if you're able to be like those guys or that guy. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a young kid, if you're a mom, if you're a dad, you know, put your kids in something where they can compete, see where they stand. And, you know, the cream will rise to the top. Shout out to Alpha Male Strategies.
The fact that you feel good about yourself, that's what's going to give you more charisma. I'm going to tell y'all guys something. That feeling good about the way you look, as far as your aesthetics, your body, that's going to give you more charisma than the money.
That's a big one. It's a big one. A lot of people think it's the money. It's not. It's really about, you know, what you feel inside, how happy you are with yourself. He believes that how you look physically, and I think it definitely can do that, but I don't think that translates fully across. I think if you could feel good no matter how you look in the inside, and that never changes. And I think if you're a big dude and you already have that charisma, if you lose weight and get into, man, you learn skills that other people would never have spent the time to learn because they feel like they didn't need it. So that's just going to add to the skills that are not even needed. A lot of people don't even know they need it. And the women that have come across men that have those skills, they know it when they see it. And I think for a lot it's addicting because society would tell you everything about this overweight fat man you shouldn't be around, but for some reason you stuck around them. And I do think women are a lot more lenient and understanding than men can be, but it's definitely the charisma over the money. It's the charisma over the body. I mean, obviously a woman wants your body because that's how you mate, I would imagine. So that's it's part of it. But I also think there's other characteristics that hold a lot more weight. And above all, the cheat code, the thing the workaround, if you don't have the money, if you don't have the looks, is charisma. And charisma could come from humor. It could come from so many different things. Your ability to communicate and connect, those things.
If you're poor and you want the world to start hooking it up for you, all you really need is fire social skills. Like, it's that simple. If you can make people feel good, you're going to start getting invited on trips you had no business being on. You're going to get the quadruple barbacoa at Chipotle. Everyone's just going to fucking hook it up because you're grateful and kind and you make people feel good.
That's all you need to hear. That's all. Bruh's on point. This is what I'm talking about. Now, granted, it doesn't matter if you're poor or not. I think if you become rich and you still don't have charisma, or if you decide not to use that because you're rich now, that's weird. You know what I'm saying? If you have charisma and you've worked towards that, use it. It is the cheat code. It is the workaround. It will get you good grades in school. It'll get you, again, an extra scoop at Chipotle. It'll get you around people that you didn't know needed you. You know what I'm saying? It's something about, I have this theory. This is my theory. You know what I'm saying? On this day, in this video, I'm coming up with this. If you ever hear this from anybody else, they got it from me. But I do believe in every human being there are chemicals that go off in the brain. And I think humor, and we'll go with humor. Let's say the chemicals in your brain, we'll say a percentage. We'll say serotonin. I could look up the word. I don't want to look up the word. Dopamine and epinephrine, I think, is one. But let's say a concoction of these let off, you know, when you get money, someone gives you money, it lets off 60% into your brain, let's say. Let's say when you do something that you enjoy, it lets off 20%. When someone makes you laugh and you have a good time, that lets off 50%. And the beauty of that is humor and charisma it's a renewable resource. It never goes dry if you feel good about yourself. And you can constantly spike that in someone's mind, in their heart. You can engage a person and change their day around if you're charismatic and you can speak life into people. So the people who have that, they surpass the people who don't have the looks, you know what I mean? Or have the looks, or have all of the attributes that says society should have. Now, granted, I don't think that you can't have both. I do think you can have both. But this is all tying around to the first thing. Having confidence in yourself, shooting your shot, having the skills to be confident in yourself, and someone lets you down, let you off, tells you they're not interested, to have confidence in yourself, intrinsic value within yourself that's come from competing against others, letting you know where you stand. The more shots you take, the more opportunities you will have. And if you're taking your shots, shoot for 10%. 10% is good. It's great. For every 10 people, one person will like you. You don't like every single person, so why would every single person like you? You know what I'm saying? So to tie up this whole video, I think charisma and confidence in self over money, over looks. I think, but if you can have all of them, hey, more power to you. But not all of us come into the world like that. It's a small percentage. And not everybody likes everything. If you're a man, you don't like everything that about every woman. You know what I'm saying? And it's vice versa. So those are the things. Now, how to get the charisma, that comes in a later story, a later video.
Confidence, Cuddy. If you don't got the confidence within you, you gotta be kind of cocky. You know what I'm saying? You got to be cocky. If you ain't got any, if you ain't no clowning or no, I mean, you know what I'm saying, the type to like to show out.
Hey, I don't even think I need to say anything on top of that. He letting it be said right there. Shout out to Mac Dre, R.I.P.